Everyone had given it 4 or 5 stars. We're gonna start a book club. What is that about? Really narrows the way that you can think about whether or not you liked or didn't like a book. Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, May 17th, and we are starting off this weekend reading vlog. It is 6:30 in the morning. I don't know why I wake up at like 5:45 every single morning like clockwork. No matter how much sleep I get, that's just when the sun starts to come through my window and I'm just up. But I've actually really enjoyed it. I feel like I get a lot done in the morning, and it's just kind of nice having the whole day ahead of me. It's a gorgeous morning. I don't know if you can hear all the birds and stuff. So I brought my stuff out here so I can work on some edits and go through some beta comments and just revise my book for a little bit. I'm also still listening to the audiobook for Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and by still listening to it, I mean I literally have the very final chapter left. It's like 15 minutes long, so I'll definitely finish that this morning. And then I just wanted to get some work on my book done before anyone else got up. My dogs aren't even awake yet, which is crazy. But we also have family coming to stay with us this weekend, so I know I'm just gonna have less free time than usual, so now is my time to get work done. Then I also have some errands to run later and stuff like that, but I think today should be a good day. My revisions are going really well. I know I don't sound excited when I say that. I'm just like, overwhelmed isn't even the right word. I talked about this in my last vlog, how I've been like making scene level and chapter level changes as I go, and then I've been making a list of grander scale changes that are gonna kind of affect the whole draft, and I decided to tackle those after I went through the whole draft so I could see, you know, all of the big changes I was gonna have to make. There's nothing that's gonna change like the foundation of the book or like the plot or anything. I already did those big changes a while ago, but there's a decent amount of like general changes, and so that pass through is gonna take a long time, and they're all like really important things for me to get right. I'm just nervous about doing it well is the problem, because there's a lot of controversial and sensitive subject matters in the book, and I really want to do my best to do them justice and be sensitive about it, which is why I have sensitivity readers and everything, and so I'm just trying really hard to get that right. But anyway, I'm going to pull up my book. Oh no, I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee first and then we can get started. I'm also really excited because I hit my first goal on Patreon, and the only reason why I'm telling you that is because that was my goal to get to in order to start a book club on there. And so we're gonna start a book club, and I made a poll on there to see what book everyone wanted to read, and so far An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir is winning. If that ends up being our book club pick for the month of June, that would be awesome, because that book has been on my TBR for a really long time, and so I'm hoping this will finally make me read it. Also, sorry if I sound weird or if I'm talking like kind of weird in this vlog. I don't know if you guys get canker sores. I have a compromised immune system, so I get them a lot, and especially when I'm stressed, when my immune system like has too much going on, and so I just have some like really inconvenient places right now, and so it's like painful to talk, and it's like hard to open my mouth all the way. So if my face looks weird while I'm talking this weekend, it's because those are still healing. So it's a little bit later in the day. It's about 10 o'clock. I got out of the shower and I did a massive clean of my room. I don't know if it looks clean to you, but it looks so much better, and I finally put all of my books back over here. They were sitting by my bed for about a week. I finally finished Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and I feel like I have a very unpopular opinion on this book because I didn't like it very much, which is really disappointing because I picked this book up because I heard pretty much everyone say that they loved it, and I looked on Goodreads and everyone had given it 4 or 5 stars, and so I was really excited to read it, and it just wasn't for me. It was one of those things where like from a technical craft perspective, like it's pretty well done. I completely understand why people like it, but for me, I don't know, I feel like I didn't enjoy it for one of 4 reasons. 1, because I was so hyped up for it, and so maybe I had too high of expectations going in. 2, maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it. 3, I listened to it on audiobook primarily, and usually while I was commuting, when I was like on the train to work and stuff, and so I was like distracted while I was listening to it because I was out in public, and I was also like really tired because it was really early in the morning. And then 4, maybe it just wasn't for me. But yeah, I didn't give it a rating on Goodreads because I don't know, I've gotten so sick of giving ratings to books because I like never know what to give them, and I feel like that really narrows the way that you can think about whether or not you liked or didn't like a book, like giving it a number. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people not giving ratings anymore, and honestly I'm kind of tempted to start doing that. I feel like it's just too simple of a system to sum up my feelings for this book, but overall I was pretty disappointed in it. I don't think I'll be continuing on with the series, honestly. I really wanted to like it, and I felt like I kept like putting in so much effort trying to force myself to like it, and I just couldn't, because the premise was super cool. I expected the book to be more like atmospheric than it was because the setting was so unique at this academy and like the side of a mountain, and so I was like expecting the setting to play a huge role, and I don't know, there was a lot of distance between me and the characters. It's not that I didn't get to know them, it's just like I never felt close to them. I never really cared about them, and maybe that's because it's written in third person. I don't know. I don't usually have a problem with third person. I think the writing style was really good, but I also just didn't really like it. So I really think this was just a case of it's me, not the book, and we just weren't a good match. I did like our main character, and I did love her dedication to true crime and stuff. I thought she was a well-developed character. Overall, this was really underwhelming and disappointing. So that's that. Now I'm gonna move on and pick a new audiobook to start listening to. And like I said, I think I'm gonna start reading An Ember in the Ashes, because I think that's gonna be our book club pick for this month, which is very exciting. So I need to pick up a book that I know I'm going to love, because the last like 3 that I've read I've been disappointed by, and it's putting me into a reading slump. So maybe I will start Finale by Stephanie Garber, because that's the last book in a series that I already know I love, so that'll be really easy for me to get into. And I have the audiobook, and I also have the physical book over there. Let's go get it. See, look how pretty it is. Anyway, I made some good progress with my edits in my book this morning. I have not finished going through this section of chapters because this section had more big things to fix than little things to fix, and so those are a big thing to tackle in and of themselves, but I also kind of like to mull over them for a while longer before I actually make the changes. Anyway, I feel like this update has been very long, so I'm gonna go now. A little bit of an update. It's later, it's about 4 o'clock, and I changed my plans as I usually do. I decided I wanted to pick up the Devouring Gray instead of Finale. I have no idea why. I just picked it up and read the first chapter and I was into it, so we're gonna roll with it. I don't really know what it's about, and I kind of want to keep it that way. All I know is a lot of you guys recommended this to me when I asked for paranormal books, so it seems very paranormal-esque, especially with that cover. There's like this weird skull at the bottom. Like, what is that about? There's like 4 chosen ones, but they all don't like each other. That's all I know about this book, and that could be wrong. But I'm really excited because I know this is a new release, and I've been really bad about reading any new releases lately, so I'll finally know what everyone's talking about. Also, just because I didn't say this before, even if you don't follow me on Patreon and you don't plan to, that's totally fine. If you still want to read An Ember in the Ashes with us in June and talk about it like other places, you are more than welcome. So feel free to read that book with us next month if you want to. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Sorry, I kind of just stopped updating you. Yesterday, I ended up going out and saw a movie last night, like Long Shot or something, that comedy. It was actually pretty good. But yeah, now I'm just sitting here and having my cup of coffee. And then tonight, I have plans. I'm gonna go see an old friend from high school. She has an apartment that's like 30 or 40 minutes away from here. It's a little ways away, but she's got a new dog, so I'm gonna go meet her dog. I'm very excited about that. But I am all set up this morning. I'm gonna work on some revisions for a little bit and hopefully get a little bit of reading done. I did start the Devouring Gray yesterday. I've only read like the first chapter, honestly. But then I found that the audiobook is on Scribd, so I can listen to the audiobook on my commute for this coming week if I want to. And I think that's really all there is to update you guys on. I put up an early access video on Patreon yesterday, and I need to just make sure everything is ready to go because it's gonna go up on here tomorrow. You'll already have seen it by the time you see this. And if I have enough time, I would like to film a sit-down video at some point, either today or tomorrow. But we'll just have to see how everything goes. So it's about 12 o'clock now. It looks like so much later than that. I think it's gonna rain, so it's so dark outside. But I just did a really good workout and showered, and then I was listening to my audiobook while I made myself some lunch. For the like 3 of you who care about what I eat, I have a side of just like diced up potatoes with some ketchup, and then I made myself a little, I don't know, taco burrito thing. It's just a tortilla, a slice of vegan cheese, some brown rice, black beans, and a little bit of salsa, and slices of avocado. If I already had scrambled tofu made, I'd put some in there too, but I didn't feel like making it right now. So yeah, I think I'm actually gonna get caught up on some booktube videos while I sit here and I eat this. For whatever reason, I'm just like not in the mood to read right now. I'm just not gonna force it, and hopefully some more will happen at some point this weekend. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I brought all of my stuff out here. I've got my book and I've got my computer and all of my notes and stuff because I was gonna get work done. I was gonna work on my book, and then I also brought a book to read just for fun with my coffee. But my dogs needed some attention, clearly, so I don't know how much work is gonna get done. I slept in really late this morning, like 8:30, which is just not late to some people, but that's like 2 hours late to me. It was very weird. But I just got an email from one of my beta readers with more feedback on my book, and I hadn't even finished making the changes from her last round of feedback, so I really want to get caught up on that and send her the next round of chapters. And then I wanted to read the Devouring Gray some more. I didn't get home till late last night, so I only read like a chapter of it, so I'm like 2 chapters in. But I'm really liking it so far, and I'm actually kind of making a point to read it more slowly because I feel like I haven't enjoyed the last like 3 books that I've read because I've like read them so quickly, and I've like listened to the audiobook and I wasn't like super paying attention or super engaged with them, and I was just trying to finish them. And this time around I really just want to take my time with the book, and if that means I read it really slowly and I don't read a ton this week, then that's fine. I just really want to give myself my best chance to enjoy it this time, which sounds like such a stupid like intuitive thing, but I just feel like I have not been enjoying reading lately, and I keep like forcing myself to read because I just want to find a book that I love, and I don't know if it's the book's fault or if it's the way that I'm reading it's fault, you know? So anyway, I'm gonna sit out here. It's actually kind of cold. That's why we got some blankets and stuff, but I really like being outside in the morning. So I'm gonna try and get some work on my own book done, and then just sit here with my coffee and enjoy a little bit of reading time with Bentley. I also just had a video go up, so I might sit here and respond to comments for a little bit also. So it's a little after 11 o'clock now. I'm just putting on my tennis shoes because for whatever reason I'm like falling asleep. I cannot stay awake, so I'm gonna walk on my treadmill for a while to just like wake me up. It doesn't make any sense because according to my Fitbit I got over 9 hours of sleep last night, which is way more than I usually get. But yeah, I made some good progress with my book. I finished my first pass through of the last chunk of chapters, and then I made notes in my notebook about the changes that I want to make in this new chunk of chapters, and I sent off my beta reader for a new chunk of chapters. I don't know if any of this is making sense. I still have some changes I think I want to do on the last chunk of chapters. Things are like getting complicated now because I've like brainstormed solutions to problems that have come up that need to be made earlier in the draft, and so now I'm like trying to keep myself organized without going back and making those changes in the first couple of chapters yet, and like just trying to stay where I am. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but basically the further we get into the draft, the more complicated. The first couple chapters when I was doing those revisions, that was really easy because nothing came before them that could get screwed up by things that I changed. And so now I've like figured out what I need to change, but it's gonna be a lot of domino effects. So basically everything is just getting complicated in a good way. It means things are getting better, but it's still a lot of work. So I'm gonna walk on the treadmill for a little bit. Hopefully that will wake me up. And I think today my hair is just so attractive. I think today is mostly going to be a writing day instead of a reading day because honestly I'm just not in the mood to read. I'm not going to force it, but I am motivated to work my book, so I'm going to run with that. So I've actually made some reading progress, believe it or not. I'm enjoying this book more so far than I have any of the ones that I've read previously, so that's a good sign. We're about 60 pages into it, not super far, but I'm definitely gonna stick with this one. This is really, really dark. However, Game of Thrones is coming on soon, so that is what the rest of my night is going to be dedicated towards, so I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. Sorry, I feel like this weekend wasn't a great one. I just really wasn't motivated to read and do much this weekend, so I feel like not much happened. This is definitely gonna be shorter than usual, but thank you guys for hanging out with me anyway. I hope you enjoyed. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys are having a good morning, night, or weekend. I don't know, whenever you are watching this, and I will just see you in my next video very, very soon. Bye.
So hit me. So hit me. so hit me. First a confession, with you I feel a connection. With you it's